Welcome to UFM News, broadcasting from University of Finance and Marketing, Ho Chi Minh City. UFM News start right now.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Veronica. You're watching the January 2026 edition of UFM News. This bulletin brings you highlights of the most notable events that took place at UFM over the past month. Coming up in today's program. UFM review its achievements in 2025 and wrote some key texts and directions for 2026. UFM works with evaluation delegations from the Ministry of Education and Training on the establishment of branch campuses in Quảng Ngãi and Huế. UFM announced design changes for 2026. UFM officially launched the 2026 admissions season. A vibrant series of academic competitions took place at UFM in the first month of 2026. Those are the main headlines of the first UFM News Bulletin of 2026. Up next, the detailed coverage. On the afternoon of January 21st, 2026, the UFM Party Committee held a conference to review party activities in 2025 and to launch the work program for 2026. The conference was chaired by Comrade Tiếng Đạt, Secretary of the Party Committee and Rector of UFM, with the aim of the comprehensively assessing the research achieved in 2025 and identifying key directions and texts for 2026. At the conference, delegates focused on evaluating the implementation of the Party Committee's 2025 resolution, highlighting outstanding achievements in party building, leadership in carrying out political tasks, education and training, scientific research, and community service. At the same time, participants candidly pointed out existing shortcomings, limitations, and their underlying cause that need to be addressed. Based on these discussions, the conference reached consensus on the orientation, objectives, and key texts for 2026, with a strong focus on continuing to enhance the leadership capacity and combat effectiveness of party organization, promoting the pioneering and exemplary role of cadres and party members, and closely linking party building with professional duties and the university's development strategy. In his concluding remarks, Comrade Tiếng Đạt, Secretary of the Party Committee and Rector of the University, emphasized the need for the entire Party Committee to remain united, innovative and disciplined, to strengthen accountability and to demonstrate strong determination in successfully achieving the set goals, thereby creating the solid foundation for the sustainable development of UFM in 2026 and beyond. As UFM closed a year marked by significant development and a term defined by notable achievements, the University Council has completed the final work agenda for 2025 for the 2020 to 2025 term, marking an important milestone in the university's ongoing efforts to reform governance and management. On December 31st, 2025, UFM Council convened its final meeting of the year in the series responsible, the cooperative atmosphere, and the meeting was chaired by Associate Professor Dr. Hồ Thủy Tiên, member in charge of the University Council, with the full attendance of council members.
During the meeting, the Council conducted a comprehensive review of governance effectiveness, training quality, research and technology transfer activities, resource development, and learner support capacity. The Council also acknowledged outstanding achievements, positive transformations, and key highlights that have laid a solid foundation for UFM's sustainable development. Throughout the term, the University Council clearly demonstrated its role as a mechanism ensuring transparency, consensus, and accountability. Working closely with the Board of Rectors, the Council accompanied the university in many major decisions, contributing to stronger institutional capacity and improved operational quality. The meeting concluded with a high level of consensus, successfully completing the agenda and marking a meaningful close to the term. Continuing this review process, on January 5, 2026, UFM held a conference to review the activities of the University Council for the 2020 to 2025 term. The conference took place against the backdrop of significant changes in the higher education legal framework. Under the amended law on higher education and the law on vocational education, passed by the National Assembly on December 10, 2025, university councils at public higher education institutions officially ceased operations as of January 1, 2026. As a result, the conference was not only a term-end review, but also an opportunity to comprehensively reflect on the role, contributions, and lasting impact of the UFM Council during the 2020 to 2025 period. As the 2020 to 2025 term comes to a close, the UFM Council leaves behind clear and lasting marks in the reform of institutional management and operations. Building on this foundation, UFM enters 2026 with a proactive and confident spirit and a strong aspiration for growth, continuing to enhance training quality, promote research and technology transfer, strengthen resources, and expand learner support capacity, while making meaningful contributions to the community and society in the next phase of development.
On January 16, 2026, UFM held the 2026 Conference of the Staff and Employees. The conference was attended by Comrade Lê Tấn Cận, Deputy Minister of Finance, along with the university's leadership and its staff and employees.
The Staff and Employees Conference is an annual event of the university. On the one hand, it reviews and commends the achievements made in educational activities during the previous academic year. On the other, it candidly assesses existing limitations and shortcomings, thereby identifying appropriate directions for the new academic year. The conference also provides an opportunity for each staff member to exercise their democratic rights by offering opinions, expressing aspirations to the university's leadership, and directly raising issues for discussion. Through open dialogue, the conference seeks to build consensus and unity of purpose in advancing the university's educational mission. At the same time, it serves as a forum for the university to propose legitimate rights and interests of civil servants, staff, and employees to higher authorities. In 2025, UFM operated amid continued global and regional uncertainties, a slow recovery of the world economy, and, domestically, increasing challenges for higher education arising from the requirements of growth model transformation, digital economy development, and international integration. Against this backdrop, UFM remained committed to the goals of stability, innovation, and breakthrough, synchronously implementing key tasks in admissions, education and training, scientific research, organizational restructuring, digital transformation, infrastructure investment, and learner support, laying a solid foundation for its development as a multidisciplinary university. Overall, the university successfully fulfilled its major objectives across a wide range of areas, including organizational structure and human resources, implementation of party guidelines and state policies and laws, admissions and training, information and communications and library services, student affairs, faculty development, testing and quality assurance, scientific research and international cooperation, planning and finance, infrastructure investment and development, inspection and supervision, and the strengthening of governance and mass organizations. The conference also heard numerous discussion opinions on issues related to facilities, digital transformation, academic programs, and quality accreditation. The university acknowledged, considered, and responded to the feedback from its staff and employees. Each contribution was made in a constructive spirit, reflecting a shared desire to work together in unity to successfully accomplish the tasks set forth by the university.
Moving on to other matter news, ladies and gentlemen, as part of its strategy to expand training capacity and strengthen its academic presence in key socio-economic regions, UFM has conducted a series working sessions with an appraisal delegation from the Ministry of Education and Training. These sessions serve appraisal of proposal to establish UFM branch campuses in Huế City and Quảng Ngãi Province, based on the University of Finance, Accounting. On the January 10, 2026, in Huế City, UFM worked with the Ministry of Education and Training's appraisal delegation to evaluate the proposal for establishing the branch campus. The delegation focused on the key aspects, including training capacity, academic programs, facility, faculty, and management staff, admissions plans, and the operational model. Representative of UFM affirmed the university's readiness in terms of resources and its commitment to ensuring trainee quality, meeting the regional demand for human resource development in central Vietnam. Continuing the program, on the morning of January 22, 2026, UFM held further working sessions in appraisal delegation during the site survey in Quảng Ngãi Province. During the visit, the delegation assessed in the university organization management, training activity, and quality assurance conditions in accordance with current regulations. The working sessions were conducted in the serious and responsible atmosphere, serving as important basis for the Ministry of Education and Training to review and final dossier, and to move forward a decision on the establishment of UFM branch campus in Huế City in the coming period. Prior to welcome the appraisal delegation from the Ministry of Education and Training from December 31, 2025 to January 4, 2026, UFM dispatched the working delegation to the University of Finance Accounting in Quảng Ngãi and to its branch campus in Huế City. The mission aimed to implement tax assigned under Decision No. 2773, issued on December 24, 2025, regarding the policy the establishment UFM branch campus in Quảng Ngãi Province and Huế City, based on the University of Finance Accounting. The delegation was led Associate Professor Dr. Phạm Tiến Đạt, Secretary of the Party Committee and Rector of the University, together with leaders and universities' affiliated units. In Quảng Ngãi and Huế, the delegation worked with relevant units to review assigned tasks, agree on coordination mechanism, implementation roadmaps, and specific action items in accordance with regulations. The discussion focused on ensuring that all documentation would be prepared in a complete, synchronized, and legally sound manner prior to submission to competent authorities during the merger process. Based on the issued decisions, UFM assumed the leading role coordinating with the University of Finance Accounting to finalize the dossier proposing the establishment of branch campuses in Quảng Ngãi and Huế in full compliance with revised procedures, and working sessions were conducted in the serious and focused manner, concentrating on key issues such as defining the scope of required documentation, agreeing and submission pathways for each location, establishing coordination and progress, monitoring mechanism, and standardizing the documentation system to ensure organizational consistency following the merger. Notably, this process was not only about completing administrative procedures, but also served as an opportunity to strengthen consensus around the new operational model, reinforce university, promote resource sharing, and enhance coordination between the university and its branch campuses toward the goal of unified and sustainable development. At the conclusion of the program, all parties agree on key texts, ongoing coordination mechanism to be maintained after the working sessions, ensuring steady implementation, progress at local level, and overall consistency throughout the next of the process. On the morning on Sunday, January 11, 2026, UFM solemnly held the opening ceremony for doctoral candidates of 2025 intake the master program, cohort 24. The ceremony marked an important milestone, officially welcoming learners as they begin their postgraduate journey with a strong academic spirit and readiness to develop research capacity and apply knowledge in practice.
In the formal atmosphere of the ceremony, the university extended a warm welcome to doctoral candidates and master's students, while emphasizing the significance of postgraduate education as a journey that requires determination, intellectual discipline, and a strong aspiration to contribute. The program also provided an opportunity for learners to meet the board of rectors, unit leaders, and faculty members, and to become familiar with training orientations, study and research plans, as well as the academic standards to be upheld throughout their studies. Notably, the opening ceremony for UFM's postgraduate programs attracted the attention and participation of representatives from various media outlets, contributing to the wider promotion of UFM's image in high-quality human resource training and scientific research. In 2025, UFM recorded the enrollment of 259 master's students across its postgraduate programs. At the same time, 59 doctoral candidates were admitted and enrolled, including 28 in finance and banking and 31 in business administration. These figures continue to affirm the growing appeal of postgraduate education at UFM, as well as learners' confidence in the university's academic quality and reputation.
On the afternoon of the January 15, 2026, at the Ho Chi Minh City Innovation and Entrepreneurship Center, UFM, and the International Finance Center, IFC, held a corporation singing ceremony and officially presented the decision to assign UFM staff to work at IFC. This event marks as a new milestone in the university's strategy to strengthen professional collaboration, scientific research, and international integration.
According to the signed agreement, UFM and IFC agreed to implement cooperative programs in the fields of training, scientific research, policy consulting, and knowledge transfer, aiming to leverage the strengths of the university's experts and scientists in alignment with the practical needs of the International Financial Center. Through this collaboration, both parties hope to create an in-depth working and research environment, contributing to improving the quality of human resources and promoting scientific and financial initiatives with high practical applicability. At the ceremony, UFM presented the decision to assign staff to work at IFC. The assigned personnel include associate professors, leading scientists of the university, and highly qualified researchers with extensive practical experience. This core team is expected to directly participate in research, consulting, and professional development activities at IFC, while also serving as a knowledge bridge between the university and the center. The signing of the cooperation agreement and the assignment of staff to work at IFC not only expand the academic and research opportunities for UFM's faculty and scientists, but also contribute to affirming the university's reputation and position within domestic and international collaboration networks. This activity reflects UFM's sustainable development orientation in linking education and research with practical applications, meeting the development demands of the economy and the financial system in the new era.
Switching to information about the 2026 admission, counseling and career orientation activities in January 2026. UFM has actively promoted its admission, counseling, and career orientation activities, delivering official 2026 admission information to high school students in various localities and across the country. On the January 10th and 11th, 2026, UFM organized admission counseling sessions in Đắk Lắk and Gia Lai province, focusing on introducing admission methods, training programs, and scholarship policy. The session also provided career orientation advice tailored to abilities and future goals of students in the Central Highlands region. On the January 17 and 18, 2026, UFM's admission counseling team participated in the 2026 career orientation program organized by Tuổi Trẻ newspaper in Huế City and Thanh Hóa province. During the program, representatives of the university provided the latest admission updates, answered the question, and support students and parents in choosing suitable fields of study. Through this series of activities, UFM continues to reaffirm its commitment to supporting students in the admission and career orientation process, contributing to delivering timely, accurate, and effective information for the 2026 university admission session. From the January 19 to January 25, 2026, UFM carry out a series of vibrant 2026 university admission, counseling and career orientation programs in Ho Chi Minh City and various localities in the southern and south central regions. At the counseling session, UFM's team directly addressed questions about fields of study, admission methods, the VSAT UFM exam, and the career orientation for high school students. Notably, the January 24 and 25, 2026, UFM continued to collaborate with media agencies in admissions, counseling, and career orientation programs in the province, bringing official admissions information closer to students and parents in local communities. As part of 2026 admission counseling activities, UFM visited various high schools in Ho Chi Minh City, providing students and parents with accurate and up-to-date information about academic programs, training fields, and new features in the admission process. This helped students make more informed decisions from when selecting suitable major. Alongside activities in the city, UFM also enhanced its admission, concealing the career orientation efforts in other localities, ensuring that students in provincial and remote areas could access official information. This approach reduced the need for travel and minimized misinformation during the peak admission period. On January 24 and 25, 2026, UFM participated in counseling programs organized by Thanh Niên newspaper at Bình Dương Conference Center and Đồng Nai University. Simultaneously, UFM collaborated with Tuổi Trẻ newspaper at various counseling points, including the Central University of Civil Engineering, covering the former Đắk Lắk, Phú Yên area, Vang Ninh Commune, Khánh Hòa Province, and Khánh Hòa University. In the 2026 university admission session, the trend of using competency-based exam continues to appeal to many candidates as a way to distribute risks and adopt a more proactive approach in their admission strategy. At UFM, the VSAT exam is identified as one of the key admission channels, providing students with an additional competitive edge alongside traditional methods. According to the 2026 preliminary admission information, UFM allows candidates to use their VSAT result for admission under the Method 4 with a flexible scoring mechanism. Candidates' highest result from multiple exam rounds will be recorded, and they can select their best score in individual subjects to form the most advantageous combinations for admission. This significantly enhanced their competitiveness. VSAT results are not only used for admission to UFM, but are also recognized by many other universities, giving candidates a broader range of options. The exam is held multiple times a year in various provinces and cities, helping to reduce exam pressure, travel costs, allowing candidates to improve their score proactively. The VSAT 2026 exam schedule to expected to run from March to July 2026 at taxing locations such as Ho Chi Minh City, Đắk Lắk, Huế, Quảng Trị, Đồng Nai, and several other potential locations, including Vĩnh Long and Quảng Ngãi. Let's switch to some noteworthy news. As we stepped into 2026, UFM officially launched the new version of the UFM News Bulletin system, featuring numerous innovations with a multi-platform, multi-language, and field-specific approach. The bulletins are broadcast simultaneously on the university's website, fanpage, YouTube, and Yellow. UFM News not only provides fast and official updates on the university's and students' key activity, but also serves as the internal communication channel that strengthens UFM's image, disseminates strategic development direction toward 2030 and the 2045 vision that contributes to building the university's brand while fostering connection within and beyond the UFM community.
According to the 2026 implementation plan, the UFM News Bulletin system will operate 4 main bulletins, designed professionally and tailored to meet the information needs of various audiences. Vietnamese weekly bulletin broadcasts at 8 p.m. every Sunday. This bulletin summarizes the week's highlights and gives a preview of the university's key activities for the upcoming week. English weekly bulletin broadcasts at 8 p.m. on the first Monday of each month. This bulletin updates viewers on monthly activities related to academics, research, and student organizations. It enhances UFM's international connections and promotes the university's image to global partners and friends. For the first time, UFM introduces a Chinese weekly bulletin, broadcast at 8 p.m. on the last Saturday of each quarter. This bulletin provides a quarterly summary of key events and activities, expanding the university's multilingual information access. Marketing news broadcasts at 9 p.m. every Saturday. This bulletin focuses on marketing trends, case studies, and corporate communication strategies, offering practical and relatable insights for students and those interested in the field. With its renewed content and presentation, UFM News 2026 promises to deliver dynamic, in-depth, and valuable updates. We warmly invite you to tune in and continue supporting the upcoming broadcasts.
Based on Plan No. 4481, dated December 15, 2025, regarding the implementation of communication activities for 2026, UFM officially announced and implements the UFM 2026 design trends. This initiative aims to ensure consistency and uniformity in visual identity while enhancing the effectiveness of communication and brand promotion as the university enters a new phase of development.
Accordingly, the UFM 2026 design trends are developed under the theme Preserving Identity, Elevating Modernity, serving as a unified foundation for the design and production of UFM's communication materials in 2026. The design trends focus on 3 main groups. Firstly, regarding the color palette 2026, UFM continues to consistently use the core brand colors, UFM Blue and UFM Gold, combined with trending colors. These are applied following the 60-30-10 color rule to ensure harmony, modernity, and easy recognition. Secondly, the design style trends are flexibly categorized by purpose, including creative and dynamic style, professional and academic style, political and traditional style, ensuring suitability for each type of content and target audience. Thirdly, in terms of layout and background, communication materials will adopt modern design trends prioritizing visual clarity, scientific structure, and aesthetics, contributing to enhancing the quality of UFM's multi-platform communication. All detailed content is outlined in the UFM 2026 Design Trends document issued by the Office of Admissions, Communications, and Corporate Relations. The UFM 2026 Design Trends will be uniformly applied to all of the university's communication materials in 2026, including printed, digital, and multi-platform content. All departments and units under the university are responsible for adhering to the design guidelines and standards outlined in the document when creating communication materials. During implementation, the Office of Admissions, Communications, and Corporate Relations will serve as the focal point for guidance, monitoring, and support. Additionally, departments are encouraged to actively coordinate, review, and adjust their communication products to align with the UFM 2026 design trends. This effort aims to establish UFM as a professional, modern, and cohesive institution in the eyes of students, partners, and society.
On December 28, 2025, UFM held the final round of IB Challenge International Business Arena 2025. After an exciting journey of competition and numerous challenges, the final round July ignited with the confluence of sharp strategic ideas, global thinking, and competitive spirit of UFM students.
On the final stage, the teams delivered persuasive presentations, well-structured arguments, and innovative solutions, clearly demonstrating a strong spirit of international integration and a serious academic attitude. In particular, the enthusiastic support of more than 500 UFM students helped create an energetic, thrilling, and emotional atmosphere. Each rebuttal and each strategic proposal presented served as proof of the team's thorough preparation and their passion for the field of international business. IB Challenge 2025 not only honored outstanding teams, but also created an experience-rich academic space, inspiring UFM students to confidently strengthen their skills and prepare to step into the global business environment.
On the morning of January 17, 2026, at the 7th floor auditorium, Tân Mỹ campus, UFM officially held the final round of the Next Gen Business Olympiad 2025, an international caliber academic competition bringing together outstanding young business minds. After more than 1 month of organization, the competition attracted nearly 30 teams from within and beyond the region. Following the rigorous selection process, the top 15 teams advanced to the final round in highly competitive, academically rich, and internationally oriented atmosphere.
The competition was conducted in 2 consecutive rounds. In round 1, the judging panel evaluated 15 showcased projects through models, posters, and live Q&A at each booth, focusing on originality, feasibility, and practical applicability. Round 2 featured the top 6 teams, who delivered fully English presentations in the auditorium, drawing the attention and enthusiastic support of over 500 UFM students. With in-depth presentations and strong critical discussion, Next Gen Business Olympiad 2025 continued to affirm its role as a prestigious academic platform, helping students strengthen their global readiness, critical thinking, and academic competence.
Well, Prepare Today, Confident for Tomorrow is a series of orientation workshop designed for 2 full-time cohort 25D students, organized by UFM. The program aims to provide students with a comprehensive foundation during the early stage of their university journey and to prepare them for the long-term career development pathway.
The series focuses on core topics such as shaping the right university learning mindset and effective study methods, equipping students with soft skills and the ability to adapt to modern learning and working environments, raising awareness of civic responsibility, discipline, and personal resilience, and offering practical insights into the labor market, career trends, and global readiness in the context of globalization. Through these workshops, Cohort 25D students have the opportunity to listen to and learn from lecturers, experts, business representatives, and experienced speakers, gradually clarifying their academic goals, strengthening key skills, and building a suitable personal development plan. More than simply delivering knowledge, Well Prepared Today, Confident for Tomorrow aims to foster a ready mindset, proactive spirit, and the confidence to integrate and thrive, helping UFM students step into university life with assurance and move forward steadily toward the future.
On the morning of Friday, January 9, 2026, UFM held the seminar General Direction Talk, Discover Your Purpose, Save the Future. At the Long Trường campus, the keynote speaker was Mr. Tunomo Nara, General Director of Ajinomoto Vietnam, who shared leadership stories and personal development experience, helping UFM students gain clearer career direction in an increasingly globally working environment.
In his main talk, the speaker emphasized purpose-driven leadership, how to build sustainable value, and core principles commonly associated with a distinctly Japanese workplace culture, high standards, consistency, and continuous improvement. The networking and Q&A session was particularly lively, with many questions from UFM students about building capabilities, choosing career goals, adapting when entering a company, the qualities needed to work in international organizations, and career opportunities at Ajinomoto. At the end of the seminar, the most memorable takeaway was a truly practical lesson. Students not only gained insights into management from a leader of a major corporation, but also received concrete guidance on professional mindset, self-discipline, lifelong learning, and how to prepare with confidence for the job market.
On the afternoon of January 17, 2025, UFM hosted the Beyond Borders Global Education Fair 2025, the Global Education Seminar Reaching the World at the Tân Mỹ Campus, Tân Thuận World, Ho Chi Minh City. The program served as an international academic meeting point, creating opportunities for UFM students to connect directly with the network of reputable universities from the United States, Australia, Canada, and New Zealand.
The event brought together 20 international universities, providing information on study pathways, transfer opportunities, scholarships, and global career orientation. More than 500 UFM students attended consultations and engaged in direct discussions with university representatives to learn about academic programs, admission requirements, and study abroad options that match their individual strengths. Through the program, UFM students gained greater access to official international education information, fostering a spirit of global integration and encouraging them to proactively prepare for studying and working in an international environment.
On the afternoon of January 4th, UFM solemnly held a ceremony to commend students who achieved outstanding results in academic, cultural and arts, and sport competitions during the second half of 2025, and to honor recipients of the UFM Student of the Year 2025 titles. The event aimed to recognize students' effort and achievements, while also expressing appreciation to their supervising lecturers.
At the ceremony, the university commended exemplary students who earned excellent accomplishments in competitions both within and outside the university, helping promote the image of UFM students as dynamic, creative, and globally minded. At the same time, UFM honored 9 5 good students at the city level, 93 5 good students at the university level, and 268 individuals who received the title of UFM Student Role Model for the 2024 to 2025 academic year. The ceremony concluded in a dignified atmosphere, serving as well-deserved recognition of UFM students' learning, personal development, and contributions, while also motivating them to continue striving for new achievements and successes.
In the lively atmosphere of the early day of 2026, the youth of UFM officially kicked off the volunteer season with a series of energetic launch activity, expressing the spirit of sharing the service. On the morning of January 3rd, 2026, UFM students joined many universities across Ho Chi Minh City in the citywide launch ceremony. Then, on January 4th, 2026, UFM held its own dedicated launch event, marking a meaningful milestone for the Spring Volunteer Campaign 2026. More than a send-off ceremony, the event also served as an opportunity for connection and encouragement, fueling motivation so that every volunteer step carries a strong sense of responsibility to the community. Building on the momentum of Spring Volunteering 2026, UFM will continue to implement key volunteer campaigns throughout the year, including the Green Summer Campaign 2026, with a strong tradition already established, especially the 20-year legacy of UFM's Green Summer Campaign under the theme 20 Years of UFM Green Summer Go to Grow. UFM youth are ready to bring their energy, knowledge, and spirit of service to help build a better community. On the evening of January 24th, 2026, the final round of Marketing Interolympics 2025 Gen-mark academic competition took place in a vibrant atmosphere at UFM, drawing enthusiastic cheers from over 500 UFM students after progressing through multiple competitive rounds, and top 4 teams advanced to the grand final night and an intense, creative, and academically rich showdown.
The competition was co-organized by the Faculty of Marketing and the UFM Youth Union Student Association, serving as an academic platform where students can apply modern marketing knowledge to real-world business scenarios. In the final round, teams presented and defended their marketing solutions before the judging panel, clearly demonstrating strategic thinking, creativity, and teamwork skills. Ending on an emotional high, Marketing into Olympics 2025 Gen-mark continued to affirm its role as a prestigious academic competition, helping promote the image of UFM students as confident, creative, and ready to integrate into the professional environment.
On the morning of January 22, 2026, UFM, in a coalition with the People's Committee of Long Trường Ward, held a launch ceremony in response to Vietnam Green Tree Day, aiming to spread the message of environmental protection, climate change adaptation, and building a green, clean, and building living environment.
The program took place in Long Trung Ward with the participation of local leaders along with a large number of UFM staff, employees, and students. As part of the ceremony, delegates and participants carried out tree planting and tree care activities in public areas, helping raise community awareness of the important role trees play in the living environment. Through this activity, UFM continues to reaffirm its spirit of social responsibility and strengthen cooperation with local authorities in initiatives for environmental protection and sustainable development.
Amid the spring atmosphere and the vibrant spirit of emulation celebrating the 14th National Congress of Delegates of the Party and the 96th anniversary of the founding of Communist Party of Vietnam, the youth of UFM organized a series of activities under the theme Journey of Young Communists. UFM youth proudly and steadfastly follow the party.
The series aimed to educate students on revolutionary traditions, promote a sense of responsibility, and inspire the aspiration to contribute among the university's youth union members and young people. As part of the program, UFM Youth organized visits and appreciation activities for policy beneficiary families and supportive community movement parents, families who have long accompanied and supported youth activities, thereby nurturing gratitude and strengthening the younger generation's sense of responsibility. Through these meaningful activities, UFM Youth continues to affirm its pioneering role and steadfast trust in the party, ready to devote themselves, contribute to the community, and support the sustainable development of society.
That brings us to end of UFM News, the first edition of 2026. The program airs at 8 p.m. on the first Monday or each month across UFM digital platforms. And now, goodbye for now, and we look forward to seeing you again in our upcoming editions.